The waiting is almost over. You can feel it, can't you? There's a vague sense of anticipation, as if the world has paused in tense expectation. It feels like an invisible force is holding its breath before a pivotal moment. Something is brewing. We are on the brink of one of the most powerful periods of the year, yet hardly anyone is talking about it. This is not an illusion. We are approaching the final threshold of February, a time when the energy of the universe will reach its boiling point. Everything that has been hanging in the air, all that has been frozen in uncertainty, is about to shift. The universe does not tolerate stagnation. This isn't just another week. It's a moment before a significant leap forward. And when that moment arrives, it will be impossible to miss. Perhaps this is your chance. But will you recognize it? Stay alert, because this period conceals a mystery that only a few can see for now. Once you decipher it, reality will change. This is just the beginning. We stand on the brink of profound transformation, and once the process starts, there will be no turning back. Many believed that February would slow down and smoothly transition into March. But they were mistaken. What is about to happen in the coming days will serve as a starting point for even more powerful events. We will witness two significant astrological occurrences. The question here isn't whether something important will happen, but rather how this energy will change you. For some, it will feel like a cosmic green light, as if all obstacles have vanished and a free road lies ahead. For others, it will be like a sudden plunge into open water without a compass or warning. February the 28th will be a day of astrological overload. This isn't just another cosmic event. It's a moment of collision when energy doesn't just move but explodes in a single flow. 7 planets will align, and on the same day, the new moon will erase the old cycle, leaving only a blank slate. Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, Mercury, and Neptune. Each carries its own power and rhythm, but now they unite at a key moment. And this isn't just a new moon. It always symbolizes renewal and a fresh start. But when it coincides with planetary alignment, it doesn't just open new doors, it breaks the old ones. This is not merely a reboot, it's a system cancellation. Such a thing doesn't happen without reason. It's a cosmic overload, and most won't even realize what's happening to them. They will wake up feeling anxious, with an inner tension and inexplicable unease. But the cause won't lie within them. When so much energy accumulates in a single day, it doesn't stay in the cosmos. It hits you like a tidal wave. How will you feel this? Some will experience an unstoppable urge to break free from the familiar, to start what they've been postponing, while others will be swept by waves of anxiety. The universe is trying to awaken them, but the main question isn't that. The crucial question is what will happen when this energy is unleashed. Nothing will be the same again. February has 28 days, but what if that's not the case? There's something eerie and mysterious about February 29th, a day that only appears once every 4 years, appearing and disappearing from the calendar like a ghost. This year, it doesn't exist. An entire day has vanished. But where? Think about it. On February 28th, we'll witness planetary alignment, a new moon, and an energetic reset, all in one day, as if the universe is pouring all its forces into this last stretch of the month, compressing time and concentrating energy, making it a point of maximum tension. But what if there were another day, February 2nd? How would that change everything? Would the energy overflow? would reality shift. We perceive time as something unchangeable, but it's not as solid as it seems. This missing day serves as a reminder that time is subjective, just a human construct, an attempt to order what refuses to comply with rules. Consider this. If February 29th existed this year, where would you be? What would change? Perhaps in some alternative reality, February 28th isn't the last day of the month. Maybe somewhere there's another timeline where this month lasts longer and events unfold entirely differently. And maybe that's why this week feels so strange, as if something was supposed to happen but didn't. It's as if we've stepped into an unknown space, a zone where reality itself becomes shaky and elusive. If time is bending, what else is shifting beneath our feet? On February 24th, something will break. And once that happens, nothing can be fixed. In recent months, everything has been on pause. Decisions weren't made, movement was stalled, and it felt as though the very air had thickened and time stretched. The culprit is Mars, which has been retrograde, holding back energy, delaying actions, and causing everything to freeze. But on February 24th, it will stop. Imagine a rubber band stretched to its limit. The tension has been building, tightening more and more, holding back the force that needs to be released. This won't be a gentle awakening. Mars is the planet of war, fire, and untamed energy. It doesn't whisper or warn, it roars. And when its power finally bursts forth, it won't trickle out slowly. It will crash down like an avalanche, quickly and intensely. Decisions that seemed impossible will suddenly gain momentum. People who have been passive, doubtful, and waiting for a sign will no longer be able to wait. This is the point of no return. If you're not ready, you'll feel it physically. A surge of adrenaline, inner anxiety, almost an electric charge in the air. Some will become more aggressive and impatient, as if pushed to action, whether they want it or not. Others will feel a call for change that cannot be ignored. But not everyone will understand what's happening. Some will attribute it to fatigue, emotional surges, or a sudden desire to change something. But the reason runs deeper. This energy is relentless. It compels movement regardless of your readiness. And here's what's truly important. What happens now in the coming months is not just an astrological shift. It's a point of ignition. And when you feel that spark, when everything around you begins to shift rapidly, you'll have only two choices: to fight against it or to go with the flow. Because Mars doesn't slow down, and everything it initiates won't either. There's something unsettling in the last days of February, something that doesn't feel natural. Perhaps it's just the concluding chord of the month, or maybe the beginning of something we haven't even realized yet. Year after year, the last days of February carry something strange. It's not just the end of winter or a change of month. There's an energy in it that's hard to explain. February is the shortest month of the year, as if someone deliberately cut out the excess. Time seems to condense, creating a feeling that something is lurking beneath the surface. Something unseen waiting for the right moment to break free. This year it's stronger than ever. Listen and watch what's happening. Strange geological shifts, earthquakes where they shouldn't be, anomalous magnetic disturbances, as if the Earth and the cosmos are acting in synchrony, following an invisible rhythm. Instability is felt, and this time it seems that something is reaching its limit. This isn't just physical phenomena. People are experiencing inexplicable anxiety, worry, and strange dreams. It feels like time is behaving differently. It stretches and disappears, leaving behind a sense of loss. Do you feel it too? Deep down, there's a chilling premonition, as if something is about to change and step outside the familiar. Maybe it's just an illusion, or maybe it's a fragment of something larger. Patterns we don't yet understand, because this isn't just chaos. Look at time. It seems to be setting the stage, bringing everything together, assembling elements into something we're not meant to see in advance. But what if this pattern repeats over and over? What if something happens at the end of February that we simply overlook? Perhaps this began a long time ago. Perhaps it's part of a greater cycle where our calendar is merely a convention. And the key question is, are we ready for what comes next? Remember at the very beginning, I mentioned that there's something no one notices? Well, this is it. While everyone searches for loud signs and obvious changes, we overlook the emptiness between them. Something important was supposed to happen, but nothing occurs. No loud astrological events, no noticeable cosmic markers, just a haunting calm, as if someone has erased that moment from reality. But if it was erased, then something was there. And perhaps that something is already felt in the air. The last days before a significant shift feel unusual, as if the universe is holding its breath, preparing, but hasn't yet revealed itself. February has been rich with intense planetary alignments, the end of retrogrades, powerful energy surges, and suddenly, a pause. Time feels strange. It either slows down unbearably or slips away like sand through fingers. Some feel anxiety, confusion, and inattention, while others sense that something is missing. Have you ever noticed how you suddenly realize that part of your memories has just vanished, as if you skipped a step or jumped ahead? That's the energy enveloping these days leading up to February 28th. A sense of an empty frame in the larger canvas of reality. But what if this isn't just a pause? What if it's a global reset? When February 28th arrives, the clash of powerful planetary alignment and the new moon could change everything. Forget about normal sleep. Those 2 nights will be a real test. If you think you'll just lie down, close your eyes and drift off. Forget it. February will end on a high note. 7 planets will line up, and the new moon will wipe away the old energetic layer, leaving behind a new frequency of reality. These cosmic events will literally interfere with your sleep routine. Even if your body is exhausted, your mind will refuse to shut down. Some will feel a sudden surge of energy, while others will be overwhelmed by waves of fatigue. But as soon as your eyes close, your mind will explode with a flood of thoughts. And the strangest part, these dreams will be anything but ordinary. Expect vivid symbols, bizarre landscapes, and encrypted messages. Some may feel as though they've entered another reality, a space outside of time. And of course, the effect of waking up suddenly at 3 a.m., fully alert for no apparent reason. Don't be surprised if it feels as though something or someone is calling you to awaken, as if in the stillness of the night, energy is lurking, demanding your attention. But this isn't just sleepless nights. These are nights of transformation. Your body is restructuring, your consciousness is receiving new information, and your energy is adjusting to a frequency you didn't even know existed. Don't resist. Write down your dreams, capture thoughts and sensations. They may make sense later. Perhaps this moment is just the first step in a new cycle that is just beginning. When you wake up on March 1st, You will feel it immediately. Something has changed. The feeling will be elusive but undeniable, as if the world has shifted slightly and reality has crossed an invisible threshold. February was a time of tension, shifts, and powerful energy surges, all leading to February 28th, the point of final cleansing, the last stage before the transition. But here's the strange part. This day isn't just the end of the month. It's a moment of reality switching. 7 planets align, and the new moon erases the old cycle. With the beginning of March, something changes. You will notice it in the details, in conversations, in how time flows. The atmosphere feels different, as if some heaviness has disappeared from the air. But along with it, the old structure of things has vanished, creating a strange feeling that February was erased, as if it never existed. Instead, only lightness and emptiness remain. Everything that just a few days ago seemed important, urgent, and exciting will suddenly lose significance. Not simply because you forgot, but because it no longer exists. February didn't just end. It was cancelled. February 28th isn't just the end of the month. It's the conclusion of an old version of reality. And March 1st is the entry into a new one. And now, the key question is, what will you do with this new reality?